Yes, to my right is Denasia Hood, and to my left is Kennedy Taylor. Both are all conference selections in the Sun Belt Conference. It's this was a tough one because I didn't feel like we played our best. James Madison for sure showed up and they played their best. Obviously, with 00 coming in, Peyton, we talked a lot about the fact that she was, well, as much as you can, right, with a quick turnaround, that she was sixth woman of the year, and she really showed that today. She shot phenomenally, and we weren't able to stop the bleeding. In addition to that, I really felt like we could have done a better job rebounding-wise. It was something we needed to do, and that didn't happen either. We struggled defensively today, and one of the things I need to do as we move forward, preparing here for the postseason, is making sure that we're prepared. I didn't feel like we had a good start, and then from there, I felt like we were constantly playing catch-up.
Okay, open for questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach Paul Trestman, Fox Sports, Pensacola Radio. How tough is it? I mean, they were shooting lights out, 3-point range. How tough is it to stop something like that when they're just hitting the shots like that?
A lot of times you want to make sure that you are able to keep your athletes engaged and positive, even though they're struggling. And the mindset that you need to have in that scenario kind of varies from woman to woman or athlete to athlete, because it is very difficult. So you can pour a lot of positives, or you can get after them to make the adjustments and changes. And then even the times where they do and they hit a tough one, you're like, well, geez, coach, we tried. It can be very difficult when they feel like they're trying, we feel like we're trying, and then they end up, landing a big shot. Because then on the opposite end it was really tough for us to get ourselves going offensively at times. There were many runs as well, but they would hit some tough, timely shots. And I understand that it's just really tough for the players because there's times that they feel like they're at a loss. And there are other times where they also understand, oh gosh, I could have done better, and then they felt like they let their team down. And so then it's a snowballing effect. So it's hard to get your team out of that. Timeout sometimes help, substitutions sometimes help. But, it's ultimately they did a great job of executing offensively.
You were down 10 at halftime. What did you tell your team? What was that mood like in the locker room at halftime?
For sure, it was very similar to what it was at the end, as far as we needed to do a better job rebounding. We didn't do a good job of rebounding. That was a big piece of it. And the other piece was just allowing the three, not guarding the three the way we had communicated and talked to them about, and understanding that, because they were 8 for 10 at half, if I remember right, from the three.
At the end of the game, what did you tell your squad?
I asked them what they felt. I agreed with them as well that I felt like we could have started better. That was a big piece of what we needed to do, and that we have to figure out ways to rally when we hit heavy adversity. But at the same time, it doesn't negate any of the positivity that we've had up to this point. We've had a lot of wins up to this point, right? They've earned that. They've earned a regular season championship as a group. We have all conference players. We're having the opportunity to play in the postseason. All these things are great, and no one can take that away. No one can take that away.
What do you feel your chances are then to play in the postseason?
Our chances should be pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Our net's good. I think there's a definite case to be made. Was this a great showing? I think we definitely could have done better. But if you take a look at some of our signature wins that we've had and 2 all-conference players, I think the resume honestly speaks for itself. I think it goes deeper in the Sun Belt than us, though, to be honest with you. If you take a look at the top 5 or 6, I think we all have a resume that warrants opportunity to be able to play in the postseason.
Just talk about your 2 players and the type of year that they've had here.
Both of them are in the record books, Paul, in different ways, both academically and then obviously statistically speaking. They got this team a regular season championship. I don't think we've had that in quite some time. In addition to that, right, we made it all the way to the championship game. Last time we made it to the championship game was 2018. There are just so many things that, hopefully we'll have that postseason opportunity as well, and they'll go down the record books for that. Those are all team accolades as well as individual accolades. Kennedy broke the Sun Belt Conference assist, record. That's phenomenal. Both of them have scored over 1,000 points. The list honestly goes on and on. They mean a lot to us, but it's not over. So I'm not in a situation right now where I feel like I'm reflecting. I'm more in a situation right now where want to find ways for our coaching staff to be able to help our program advance in the postseason.
Do you think then that the team would learn from this game moving forward? Then?
One of the things that we've always enjoyed about this particular team is they bounce back. Like it's there's always been a bounce back with this team. After every loss, boom, turn around, they bounce back, and they respond. And so I'm excited about that part of it, because once we have an idea of where we're going to be, who we're going to play, I think that'll help us tremendously to refocus ourselves on what we need to do to win and execute and all the positives that we did in order to get there.
Just for the two players, maybe that you could comment about about learning about this game and moving forward too as well.
I think, like Coach Z said, just, taking in the moment and just making sure that, we're ready from the jump. JMU played a hell of a game, but, we'll definitely get back in the gym and, do what we need to do in postseason.
Yep, just continuing to take losses as learning experiences, continue to grind, get back in the gym, like Kay said, and just prepare for this postseason WNRT tournament.
And Coach, when do you find out about it? Possible?
Well, you don't find out till after the NCAA, right? So they have selection. We're back on selection Sunday in women's basketball. And after that, the WNIT will see who's available, and then they'll seed everybody from there. There's other tournaments as well in women's basketball. So we're just going to,
Couple of weeks.
yeah. Well, no, not a couple weeks. Next weekend. Yeah, a week from yesterday. So no, it's a quick turnaround. I think there's only a couple conferences that have their tournaments to be played out. So there are already some folks who already have, right, the automatic berth. Obviously JMU, there's some other conferences that do as well. And then generally, that next team has opportunity in the WNIT plus others.
Yeah, this question is for both Kennedy and Denasia. Your coach kind of hit on it and came in that locker room and asked you guys what were your thoughts. So I know it's hard after a loss to kind of look at perspective, but what about this team, your teammates? What has it really meant to you on the inside?
I'm very proud of us this season. We got a regular season championship, and now we have an opportunity to continue to play even after this tournament. So yeah, we didn't accomplish the goal of winning the Sun Belt Conference tournament, but at the end of the day, I'm still very proud of us. We've grinded, we've worked hard, and we're going to continue to work hard.
And then same question for you, Coach.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question then?
Yeah, just about you've hit it that this team accomplished so much, and what has it meant, like this group, watching them grow from day one. You started out the grind in the summer, and the grind doesn't stop. And what are your thoughts about this group throughout the year?
I've not allowed myself truly to reflect, because I feel like I'm still in it right now. Everything is really fresh, and my goal is to continuously help them until that final clock expires and we're done. I haven't really necessarily looked back. What I do look at is how we've overcome adversity at different times, and how I really like and appreciate how we've overcome adversity and how that's helped us on the basketball floor and how it's helped them in their day-to-day lives. And I think that's an important takeaway as we keep trying to fight and figure out a way. This game was adversity for us. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that we gave James Madison our best. James Madison showed up and gave us their best, but we didn't give our best. And so that means that we have more to give. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's what you call a learning lesson. And it's my job to help us move forward by using all those times that we've hit, these stumbling blocks, if you will, to propel us forward. Shoot, we were the second place seed. You had 1 and 2 play each other. Like them, we won a regular season championship, right? We have 2 all-conference players. I just think there's so many positives that can help prepare us forward that right now is not time to sit here and be reflective. It's more about, okay, this is the tools we have. Where can we clean some things up so we can get better to give ourselves an opportunity to make a run?